Hello, guys. Thank you for listening to The Messy Dr. Sue. Season 2. Hello, dear listeners. Thank you for listening to The Messy Dr. Sue Season 2, where I'm going to talk about the anxious brain. My brain is anxious, anxiety disorders, and the panic attacks that you're having throughout this whole season. Now, let's take a minute and listen to this clip. And as you listen, I'd like you to observe how you are responding to it. How does your heart feels? How does your brain feels? And what memory or visual that it has taken you to. Your heart starts to pound. You begin to feel dizzy or faint. You experience shortness of breath. You feel tingling or numbness in your hands and feet. You start to feel pressure in your chest. You think you may be dying or, at the least, having a heart attack. You think you may be going crazy, but you're not. These are the classic symptoms of an anxiety attack. Millions of people scattered about Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, not to mention other countries across the world, have them every single day. You may be one of them, or you may know someone that is battling with this affliction. Either way, you need to know how to help yourself or someone you care about deal with anxiety. And the best way to do this is through understanding what anxiety is and offering them or getting the support they desperately need. My hope is that as long as sufferer of anxiety and depression, you can help yourself or a loved one not feel as if they are alone in this horrific disorder by listening through this guide. There are other people out there who are also suffering just as you may be right now at this very moment, and that you can get help and overcome this affliction. You can learn to live with it and stop letting it controls you. Anxiety disorders, debilitating episodes. These debilitating episodes are more likely to occur during times of high stress. It's also common for symptoms of clinical depression to be present in people with anxiety disorders. Treatment includes behavioral therapy, lifestyle changes, and medications. Sometimes a combination of all three is needed. Occasionally, a change in lifestyle is all that is needed. Mainstream treatment generally consists of a combination of prescription medications and referral to a cognitive behavioral therapist. This treatment method is often met with controversy. Some studies show this combination is more effective than either method alone, while other studies have shown that the majority of patients gain more benefits from the medications and very little from the behavioral treatments. The best treatment may depend on the genetics of the individual sufferer as well as environmental factors. Working closely with a counselor, psychiatrist, or therapist will aid in determining the best treatment methods. Who suffers from anxiety? People who you will never suspect in a million years. In fact, anxiety is such a widespread disorder that virtually anyone can suffer from it. It could be your Uncle Buddy, your Grandma Jean, your sister Annie, your neighbor Joe, your best friend Patty, or your brother George. But because anxiety is one of those sweep under the carpet, embarrassment type, I think I might be going crazy disorders, people don't like to talk about it or admit they are long-time sufferers. Especially if you are someone always in the public eye, such as Kim Basinger. Kim had a long, difficult struggle with anxiety disorder and kept it a secret for quite a good portion of her life. You will never guess it to see her up on the silver screen, though, will you? But she, in fact, has spoken out publicly about her battle with anxiety in the hopes that this may raise awareness of this dreaded disorder. And it has. She is one brave soul to expose a huge portion of her private life like this. Kudos to you, Kim. Let us not forget also that anxiety is believed to be an inherited disorder, although your mom or pop may not show the outward symptoms of it. Remember, this is an embarrassment disorder or one that makes the sufferer believe they are or are going crazy. However, not every person who has experienced an anxiety attack will develop a full blown disorder. But don't discount the fact that potentially they could. Here's an interesting statistical fact for you. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, approximately 24% of adults in Malaysia suffer from some form of anxiety or panic disorder. That's about 7.6 million people in Malaysia only. And it is twice as common in women as it is in men. Maybe this could be a contributing factor in why women worry so much about things. Coincidentally, the major reason for people not knowing what is happening to them or that they are suffering from anxiety or panic disorder could be attributed to the fact that many cases reported began in adolescence. Therefore, a child may not be as affluent in describing what they are experiencing compared to the ability of that of an adult. The key here is to listen to your children. You will not want them to endure a childhood full of suffering and not even know the reason for it. Another interesting fact to be aware of is that anxiety attacks don't only happen when a person is awake. They can, and often do, happen while sleeping. How scary do you think that may be to wake up to? Indescribable will be putting it mildly. We will continue in the next episode to know what anxiety is and managing your anxiety. Now, this is the end of this episode, and thank you for listening to The Messy Dr. Sue.